I'm back. Back in the comfort of my bathroom. Welcome back, peeps. I don't know, after having that class with looking out into all of your pretty little faces, I was nervous, but now I'm a little sad. I'm just back in my bathroom all alone. All alone. But anyway, I hope you guys had as much fun this weekend as I did. It blew my expectations out of the water. I expected greatness, but I didn't expect anything like this. Wow. I just got chills right now because we are with an amazing company led by amazing people, and I just pinched myself. I don't know how I got so lucky to be here, and thank you all so much for your kind words. It just meant the world to me. I was quite blown away, and I tell you, at any given moment this weekend, I could have cried at the drop of a hat. But did you notice, even with all of the tears, with the announcement of the Younique Foundation, our lashes were looking fabulous, ladies. Yes, they were. After I dried my tears, I looked around and I'm all, thank you, Younique. Did anybody get swag? I got swag. Swag. You know how you get this on? Do you know? Do you know how to put your hoodie on? Younique up on it. Okay, sorry. I'm no Jason Hewlett. He was an amazing MC, was he not? I know. That was my little joke. That's all I got for you. Anyway. So I'm making the video that I promised you that I would. These are all of my tips for boosting party sales. I did a presentation with Cindy Brancato, who is a Black Level presenter and the absolute queen of events. The woman does events like nobody's business, and I learned a ton from her. And then I was asked to do the Facebook party portion. And when I was preparing for this, I was thinking, you know, I've already done my tips and tricks, which is just step-by-step how I do my online Facebook parties. And if you haven't seen it, you can go to the pop page, or it's the Younique Family Presenters Only page. Go on the upper right-hand corner under Search This Page and type in Shari Brown Tips and Tricks, and it'll pop up. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts, but I didn't really want to spend the time repeating what you could already read on your own, because I just felt like that time we had was precious. And then that time was even cut shorter, so I didn't even get through all the stuff that I wanted to say. It was all a blur. But my main thing is the tips and tricks is kind of, I look at it as the training portion. And I wanted this to be more the coaching portion. We had a speaker this weekend who was talking about the difference between training and coaching. And I think that, especially those of you who went to conference, you know, that shows a commitment in your business. And I know a lot of you wanted to go and it just couldn't happen with your families, and I totally get that. But, you know, if you're watching this video, then that shows your commitment as well. There's a big difference between people who are interested and people who are committed. And if you're wanting to learn to grow your business, then you're committed, and I'm happy that you're here. So I have my notes over here. I'm not going to pretend that I don't. I just don't want to miss anything. So my intention here today is to shift your mindset, give you a brain reboot, if you will, Jedi mind trick. I don't know. I want you to look at your business a little bit differently than maybe you already are. I get messaged all the time, you know, Shari, I don't know how to, you know, get my party sales going. My party's 7 days in and I only have 3 mascara sales. Or, you know, I had a party that didn't sell anything. Or, Shari, I've been a Younique presenter for 2.5 minutes and I haven't sold any lashes. Tear. We will cry for you. You all know, you should know, sometimes there's just parties that just don't go. They just don't go. As long as you're doing everything you can, you're posting, following the tips and tricks, posting in your parties twice a day, 3 times, I would say 3, I post morning and evening, I'll post in the middle of the day if I see questions, if I see activity, if I can tell people are in there, then I'll go ahead and throw out another post or two. As long as you're doing that, you're coaching your hostess, letting your hostess know she needs to post a picture of her lashes before and after. She needs to be tagging her girlfriends. She needs to be putting as many people as possible into that party. I'm talking like 200 plus people. If you have a party of 19 people, good luck with that. I did a party a month ago. There were 12 people in the party. I coached my hostess. She didn't listen to me. I said, okay, once upon a time I wrote this thing called Tips and Tricks to help people do their parties, and you're not working with me, and now I'm going to be embarrassed. She didn't care. 12 people. Nope, Shari, these are the people that want to buy. I'm all, okay. I kept posting twice a day. Crickets. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Nobody's in there but me. Just me. My hostess wasn't even in there. Post pictures of your lashes, I said. Sure, she said. Are you going to post pictures of your lashes? Sure, she said. Never did. Big zero. Big zero. But you know what? What could I do? You can't force people. If there's no magic. And that's the bad news, and that's the good news. It's the bad news because we would all love magic, but it's the good news because there's nothing special that I have or that any of the black level presenters have that you don't have, that you can't learn. Maybe there's some skills that, you know, they've honed a little more, but there's nothing that you can't learn. And I sat in on a meeting with black level presenters, and all of these women are rock stars. There's 29 women. They were all talking and you know, sharing information. And I realized, you know, every single one of us got to this level from a different avenue. So that's the great news. You can pave your own way. You can get to the top any way that's the best fit for you. For me, it was Facebook parties. For Cindy Brancato, it was events. You know, Victoria Sijuade, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I hope I am, honey. Hers is Instagram. I didn't do Facebook because I thought that was the best way. I did Facebook because I knew Facebook, and that's all I knew. I didn't know Twitter. I didn't know Instagram. I didn't know Pinterest. Loved Pin, but hadn't really thought about it in regards to building my business. I don't think any of those are hard to figure out. They're just going to take, you know, some investigation. YouTube some videos, you know, look up some videos on YouTube on how to, the best way to post on Instagram and the best way to post on Pinterest. It's just, for me, I already knew Facebook. I started down that road and it started working for me. So I went with it. But I have had probably 50% of my parties haven't qualified. I mean, I haven't gone through and counted, but I would just estimate that probably 50%. But the difference is I've done a lot of parties. And if I have a party that's selling $150, well, guess what? If I got 5 parties that sold $150, hey, that's a really great PRS, right? Yeah. Your parties didn't qualify. Sorry for the hostess. But if you've done everything you can and if you've coached her, that's the other reason to coach her. Because then you release yourself from the guilt of feeling like, well, shoot, you know what? She didn't earn any free stuff. If I have a hostess that's working her party, then, and it doesn't qualify, that happens sometimes too. You know, you just never know. So if that happens, you know what? I'll send her a lip gloss. I'll send her an eye pigment. You know, but if the hostess isn't helping, well, you know what? Sometimes parties qualify and sometimes they don't. And it's that way with any direct sales company. I've hosted parties at my home for other companies that some have done great and then some of them didn't do so well. So it's just the nature of the business. But in sitting in that room with all those black level presenters, the difference in them and the difference in somebody who gives up and quits within Younique, maybe, is that they don't hold on to the failure. We all fail. We all fail. But you don't dwell on it. You don't crawl over. You don't soak in your tub and cry your eyes out because you had a party that didn't qualify. You say, crap. Gotta get another party. Dang it. Oh, man. All right. Gotta get 2 more parties. Shoot. Right? And you pick up and you dust off and you move on. You don't spend more than 2 seconds wallowing over this party that didn't qualify. Okay? That's the difference. All of these ladies in this room, not in this room, in that room, all of those ladies have struggles just like everybody else, but they move on. They keep moving forward. They keep moving forward. It's like something bad happens. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, this party sucked. Okay, boom, gone. Let's keep moving. Keep moving forward. And you know something? Sometimes life guides you in the direction you're supposed to go. So if you're trying to do Facebook parties and they're not happening, you know what? Maybe you're not supposed to be the Facebook party queen. Maybe you're supposed to be the Pinterest queen. I don't think we have a Pinterest queen yet. I think one of you should be our Pinterest queen. You hit a roadblock, it doesn't mean you stop. It means you find the detour, you make a right turn, and you see what's over here. And maybe you need to do a little bit on Instagram, and a little bit on Pinterest, and a little bit on Twitter. Maybe you need to do, Hootsuite and these other websites that we learned about that I took notes on, and I don't have them right here with me, but learned a lot about social media at this conference. And, as soon as I figure it all out, of course I will share it with all of you. And, but, maybe you're just being led in a different direction to promote your business. If I had to start today, I don't know that I would focus 100% on Facebook. I think that I would do a lot more on Pinterest. I would try to figure out Instagram. I want to do both of those, but I'm so busy doing other things and training and mentoring that I don't have the time for that. But if you've done all you can in your party, then you just need to move on. That's just my bottom line, what I'm trying to say. And the thing is, too, you need to be honest with yourself. I've said before, there's no crying. There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in mascara. We could cry, because it won't run. But we're not going to. Oh, lashes look really good today. I'm sorry to tell you. But there is no crying. There's no sad faces. Don't send messages with sad faces. Don't post in your team pages with sad faces. That sad face makes me want to do this, okay? There's no sad face. It is what it is. A bad party is a result. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that your friends don't like you. It doesn't mean that they hate the mascara. It doesn't mean any of that, okay? It could simply be that at the time that you posted, somebody bought mascara the week before, and they don't need mascara right now. Maybe they're going to need it then in like 2 months. You're always planting seeds, even if your party doesn't explode. And all you need is that one good party to get, and then it snowballs. Those out there that have the big party already, you get one big party and it snowballs. And off of that party, you not only get tons of sales, you get tons more parties, you get a whole bunch of presenters. It only takes one. It's like Vegas, baby. Like one pull of that thing, right? So that's what you're looking for. You just keep going and going and going and going until you hit a big party. And they don't happen all the time. Every party's not going to be a big party. But once in a while, you're going to get that big one, and it's gold. And it's going to launch you, and you're going to add a whole bunch more people to your team. And the other thing is, your team is going to grow at a slower pace until you hit about at 50 presenters under you in your whole company, it'll start to grow a little faster. And then once you hit 100, a little faster, 150 to 200, it starts going pew, 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 pew. It's like popcorn. It's like popcorn. It's like every time you look, you're like, whoa, oh my God, and it just blossoms. I think 6 months into this business, I had 200 presenters. I'm a year in, and I have 15,500. Yeah. I don't know. I know what you're saying. It's crazy. I know. I have no idea what's happening, but it's a lovely ride, right? So be honest with yourself that if you have done all you can, then you move on and you leave it behind. If you haven't done all you can, just own it. Don't blame your sponsor. Don't blame your hostess. Don't blame the rotational pull of the universe. I don't know. You know, you got to just own it. Just own it and say, you know what? This week I was really busy with the kids. We had a lot going on, and I wasn't able to devote the time to the party that I needed to. And you know something else? You can even reach out to that hostess and say, you know something, I owe you an apology. I had so much going on this week. I would love to start another link for you. Let's just do a 5-day link. We'll say, back by popular demand. Hashtag fake it till you make it. Back by popular demand, we're going to extend this party. You're not really, sidebar, over here. You're not really extending the party, but you're just doing like a 5-day link. We're going to extend this party by 5 more days. Thank you all so much for your purchases. And thank you, Sally, for being the best hostess in the world. Click this link here to order from Sally's party. You know, Sally's party, blah, blah, blah. So, but being honest with yourself is number one. If you're not willing, or if you're not able to work 3 hours a day on your business, and it doesn't have to be sitting for 3 solid hours, because I've got kids too, so I get it. But 30 minutes in the morning, you know, 30 minutes to an hour in the morning, a little bit in the middle of the day, and then after they go to bed, work for, you know, hour and a half. But if you can't put 3 hours a day into your business, then your business is not going to grow as quickly as it would if you could. Again, no judgment, because we've all got a million things in our lives, and a lot of you are working other full-time jobs. So I totally get it. But I'm just saying, don't expect the results. Like don't expect my results if you don't put in the time that I put in. Don't expect, you know, someone else's results unless you're willing to do what they did. Okay? I say 3 hours, you know, it could be a little more, a little less. I'm just going by what I did. When I first started, I worked 3 hours a day from the time I joined Younique, and probably until I hit blue. And then I was working a little bit more from blue to green. It just kind of started adding up and adding up. But I will tell you, from green to black, and this is no lie, I worked 7 days a week. I got up at 6:30 in the morning with the kids, sometimes a few minutes before the kids. I got online and I started working. And I worked nonstop with, you know, feeding them breakfast, taking them to school, picking up, you know, all the mommy duties, grocery shopping here and there. I got to feed them. I worked until 11:30 at night, nonstop. If I wasn't doing one of those activities, I was on my computer or I was on my phone. And that happened over the course of probably, I would say, from October to February. A lot of that had to do with the fact that it was the holidays and it was very busy. But in my opinion, you cannot leave one stone unturned. If someone comments on one of my posts, I got to respond. I got to send them a private message. I have to send thank you emails to all of the customers who purchased from me. Then I have to follow up 6 weeks later and say, hey, you know what? Our 3D lashes are a 2 to 3 month supply. You're almost at the 2-month mark. I'm placing, if they're local, I'm placing an order. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just pretending, but I'm going to. When I get their order, I'm placing a bulk order. I can save you shipping if you'd like to order, and then I can deliver them to your house, or you can stop by and pick them up. Constantly reaching out. The people who you think would be really good at this, planting a seed. And you don't have to come right out and say, join my team. You just start visiting their Facebook page. You start commenting on their Facebook posts. And you're doing it genuinely. That's what's most important. Don't just do this because you want them on your team. But you reconnect with people and you build relationships. If you're building relationships with people, you really aren't having to sell. Because do you think there's anybody that knows me on Facebook that doesn't know that I sell Younique? But how many times do you see me, if you're my Facebook friend, how many times do you see me say, join my team? I've said it before, but hardly ever. Hardly ever. I just talk about the blessings that Younique has brought to my life. I talk about my excitement about the lashes. I'm having fun. This is makeup. You should be fun and light, and it's not heavy. We're not going to cry, and we're not going to make sad faces. We're having fun, and you're not having to stand on concrete in 3-inch heels and a stupid smock trying to sell lashes. You are in your home, in your sweats, on your couch with your kids, at gymnastics, at swim lessons, at the park. You're living your life and you're making money. There is nothing better. I can't even tell you how many times I sat, I didn't sit, I stood behind a counter waiting for a customer to walk by that didn't want directions to the bathroom or the escalator or Victoria's Secret. I was like Julie McCoy, the cruise director. Elevator, right? But I had to log my time. I had to log my hours. I had to stand there for 8 hours a day in heels on a concrete floor. Sometimes you get to the end of that day and there are no sales. And anybody, if you look around and if you know anybody who's selling Younique, who's been in sales before, there's a calm to them. There's a calmness to them. That's because they know. And you'll be this way too. If you're all kind of right now, you'll calm down. Promise, you'll calm down. This time next year, you'll be fine. I hope you're fine before then, but I'm just saying. Look around. We're calm. If we're not freaking out, you don't need to freak out, okay? It's like when you're flying on the plane, right? We had a little turbulence on the way home, and I'm like looking at the flight attendant, and I'm like, okay, if she freaks out, I'm going to lose my shizzle, right? But she was like, So I'm like, right? We're calm. It's fine. You know, you're going to have a bad party sometimes. You're going to have a fantastic party sometimes. Sometimes you're going to sign somebody up and they're going to be a rock star. And sometimes you're going to sign somebody up and you're going to be all, where'd they go? Where'd they go? They don't want to sell. And that's all right. Got to learn when to cut bait, where to focus your energy. You focus your energy on the people that are interested. You focus your energy on the positive things that are going on. You focus your energy on what's next. What's next? What's next? Who else could I come in contact with? I got teeth cleaning today. I think I'm going to go one eye with regular mascara and one eye with 3D mascara because I got the dental hygienist and I could talk to her and she's doing all the thing, right? I'll be all, right? Right? Just got to think. Just got to think ahead. You know, one other thing that I wanted to cover too, when I was thinking about this, when I was talking about, you know, working behind a counter in a cosmetics department, Younique is very unique in a lot of ways. One of the ways it's unique is that because we've had such growth, I find presenters comparing last month's sales to this month's sales. They had a great month in May, let's say, for example. And then in June, oh no, is my business dying? My June wasn't as good as my May, you know, or my July was the same as my June. What's happening? Am I losing momentum? Am I, right? This is the only retail business I have ever been in where I've heard people compare month to month. I've worked video store. That's my first job. Video store. I've worked cosmetics. I've worked retail stores, Eddie Bauer. I worked for a liquor distributor. I sold those like Cuervo. I'm a little crazy. we never compared month to month. That's just unheard of. Unheard of. One of my best friends is an executive with a big cosmetic company. And I even mentioned to her, I said, just for laughs, because I wanted to see her reaction, I said, so, you guys compare your June to your May, right? And she goes, what? She's a little animated like me. That's why we're friends. What? She goes, oh, heck no. Are you kidding me? She goes, I'd shoot myself. You don't compare month to month. You compare May of 2014 with May of 2013. You compare same month last year. You don't compare, right? You see what I'm saying? So how you did this July, we don't look at how you did June versus July. We're going to look at June this year versus June last year. And if you're new to the company, so like for me, I just hit my 1 year mark. So I'm just now able to compare. And hi, there's no comparison because I just started in July of last year. But that's what you do. That's how you know if you're on track. Because every month has its own kind of, energy and vibe. And depending on, the countries that you're living in and the holidays that are happening at that time, kids, school, if there's new product launches, so we always have a product launch in the fall and in the spring, and that's going to affect our sales as well. Depends on what promotions we have for that month, So try not to get caught up. I know it's hard, and because you're building your business every month, you really want to see these big jumps. But, some months you're going to have a jump in sales. Some months you're going to really have a jump in presenters. Maybe sales are just a little bit of an increase, but maybe you added, a whole bunch of people and you're thinking, gosh, I added all these people, but my sales are just a little bit higher than they were last month. Just wait, because everybody has a reason. Some people sign up but then they sign up because they got so excited, but then they're going on vacation and then their kid gets sick and then, whatever. It could take them a little while to get rolling. So, and the same thing for your parties. If people aren't buying because maybe they just bought their mascara, maybe they don't have the money right now. That's why I didn't buy. A year ago, May, my girlfriend Tammy DeWitt, who's now my sponsor, she had started selling Younique. I didn't buy from her for a month, 6 weeks. It wasn't that I didn't want to buy from her. Although I kind of was suspicious. I really didn't think these lashes were... I just couldn't understand how they could be that much different than a regular mascara. It's not that I thought she was lying to me, Tammy. It's not that. But I didn't have the extra $29 to spend. I knew I'd buy them from her, but I was like, okay, do I buy at the beginning of the month? When I have the money? I don't know. I should wait because I don't know what's going to come up this month. And then when you get to the end of the month and it's like, I don't really have enough left. Okay, I'll wait to the beginning of the next month. And then finally, it was the guilt, of, oh, for heaven's sake, she's going to think that, I don't love her and that I think that her lashes are dumb and whatever. I need to buy these from her to support my friend. And my intention was to buy one set and then be done. And then, whatever. The rest is history. But part of the reason of me buying from Tammy, and I never told her that I couldn't afford it because I was embarrassed. So you don't know why your customers aren't buying. Just know that you're always planting a seed, even if you don't get the sale. Just keep planting seeds because eventually it's going to blossom and it's going to grow. And you don't want to lose momentum. You want to just keep it going, keep planting the seeds. And then, it can all just happen all at the same time. But Tammy never pressured me to buy. Besides wanting to help her out, part of the thing that got me to purchase and had me really thinking about Younique was Tammy posted, the first month she started, she posted a picture of herself every single day with a different eye pigment on, a different eye look. She looked like she was having so much fun. I don't know if she was having fun, but I assumed she was having fun. You having fun, Tammy? I think she was. She looked like she was having so much fun, and it just made me smile every time I would see one of her posts. So that was part of it too. I thought, oh my gosh, you know what? That's awesome. Like, that's just like fun, playing with makeup. I mean, when I joined, I ended up never doing that myself, just because I didn't make the time to do it. It's not that I probably didn't have the time, but I didn't make the time to do it. But I have thought about that over the year. Like, you know what? If business ever starts to get slow, that's really a way that I can entice people to buy and to sign up because they want to have fun with me, right? We're festive people. We need to let everyone know that, okay? And then that brings me to, what do your posts look like in your party? Are your posts exciting? Are they funny? Do they sound like you? Like, you need to use your own voice. Your post, I have a test party that a lot of you have joined, and you know, you're welcome to copy and paste my samples of what I've done in my parties. But I really encourage you to at least tweak it. Tweak it so that it fits you and it sounds like you. How would you post if you were posting to a group of just your girlfriends? How do you talk? Girl, these lashes are the bomb.com. Is that what you say? Because if that's what you say, that's what you need to say. See what I'm saying? Sound like you. Use your own voice. Because I have seen some of the most amazing, I'm a marketing advertising major, and I have seen some of the most amazing Facebook posts. They could win an award from Ad Age. They don't sell. They get no interest. And I think the reason is it doesn't sound like that person. It just sounds like a magazine ad. You need something that catches their attention. Even if it's something funny, if you post like a funny picture, you know, the little panda with the little eyes that are, you know, the black circles are missing, and it kind of looks like this is how girls feel when they don't have mascara on, right? But think about the post when you read it. Would you buy? Would it excite you to buy? Or does it just say 3D, you know, 3D fiber lashes are amazing and they'll improve your lashes by 300%, made from all natural green tea fibers. If that's not how you talk, and I hope that's not how you talk, but if that is how you talk, hey, oh, you know what, go girl. If it's not how you talk, don't put it in your post, right? I gave the example once about a girlfriend that I grew up with. You know who you are. And first post she ever made, she said, "Holy noodles!" Like, I've never heard that phrase before, but it was hilarious. And everybody's commenting. She said, "I have a drawer full of mascaras, and I just realized I can throw them all out because this is the only mascara I am ever going to use." Okay, and I hate to tattle on you, girl, but you didn't use capitals and your punctuation was a little wonky. But you know what? The sales started rolling in. She was amazing. She was amazing. So it doesn't have to be the world's most perfect post. You know, what's perfect? What's perfect? You know, look at this video. It's all, I got things going on and I forget what I'm going to say and I stumble over words. And it's mainly because Shari doesn't know how to edit, but that's okay. I am who I am and you are who you are. So be who you are. Use your own voice. Make sure your posts are fun and exciting and that they sound like you. And, you know, another idea, you could always take the same party link. Let's say you have your own party that you're doing. You could take that same party link and you could start 2 groups. You got one group for your family and your cousins and your aunts and your little grandma, right? Where you're like, I just love my 3D lashes. They make me feel so pretty. Okay? Then you got your group over here for your girls. Where you're all holla, right? Or however you talk to your girls. That's, you know, you post the same link, but you have 2 separate groups so that you can really be who you are with both groups, you know? So think outside the box. And the more mascara, I would say when you first start, you spend the first 4 to 5 months getting yourself to green. If you can get to green faster than that, hallelujah. But, you know, again, I go back to being realistic. When I first started with Younique, my goal was to get 1 mani-pedi a month. Talk about setting the bar low, right? But you know the beauty of that? Everything I made after that mani-pedi was gravy. It was all gravy. So I have been really excited and really happy making more than $30 a month. I really have. It's been just a joy. Now, if I would have set my goal as to, I want a new car, I'd have been ticked off for 8 months, right? Right? So it's all perspective. It's all in how you look at it. Everything you make from your couch without having to sacrifice time with your family is gravy. So my original goal was to hit black within a year. I ended up hitting it within 6 months. Gravy. But I would have been thrilled to have hit it within a year. Black within a year is completely doable. The first 4 to 5 months, get yourself to green. Focus on selling. The more lashes you sell, the more people who fall in love with the lashes, the more people who will want to become presenters. That's how I recruit. I sell lashes. I just sell lashes. Keep it simple. Sell the lashes. You hook them with the lashes and they come back for the other products. Then, after that 4 to 5 months and you turn green, now you're more of a mentor. Now you're spending a lot of your time coaching your people. That is so important. You need to coach your people. They need to feel confident in what they're doing, because if they're confident, then it just trickles down. That's how you pass it on. When someone signs up with you, you need to help them get to green within 4 to 5 months, because we're not meant to be salespeople forever, okay? That will wear you out. So if you didn't know this, let me just give you a little gem. You are not meant to sell to infinity and beyond, okay? You're meant to sell for the first few months, get yourself to green, and now make sure you're meeting your minimum PRS requirements, but help your team grow. By helping them, you're helping yourself. That's how you get to black, by nurturing and growing your team. At this point, you know, in the beginning, your PRS is a major chunk of your income. So the more you sell, the more you make. And that's why you need to focus on that until you get your team built. But like at this point, less than 1% of my income comes from my personal retail sales. Why would I spend any time selling when less than 1% of my income comes from that? I get myself to my $500 PRS, and then once I do, I forget about it. I'm still happy to accept orders. Don't get me wrong. And I don't ever miss an opportunity to sell. But it's not my focus. My focus is on my team. So let me just make sure that I didn't miss anything. No, that's it. I think I covered it for now. So anyway, I hope that this helped you in some way. I hope it helps your teams. This business is just like none other, because by helping your team, you're helping yourself. And if you feel different about your business right now than you did when this video started, nothing has changed since this morning. Your business hasn't changed since this morning. But if you feel differently, then that just proves my point that it's all about perspective, and it's all how you look at it. And if you want to look at it from a Debbie Downer perspective, then you go right ahead. But the rest of us, we're packing up and we're moving on, because we're still looking for that next big party. We're looking for that next big rock star presenter. And I'm excited to see you guys in Chicago 2015. I'm going to start a countdown already. I'm so excited. And I was just thrilled to meet you all. And I love you all. And thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.